In this video, I'm gonna reveal the secret to becoming good at guitar or piano or any instrument really. And that secret is to practice.
Shocker!
Everyone knows that you need to practice in order to become great at something. And yet people will look up things like, how do I become good at guitar or piano or any instrument really?
Maybe the real question is, how do I find the motivation to practice when no one is making me? So here are my 5 tips for you today.
Tip number 1.
Choose an instrument that really motivates you.
If you're here, chances are you already have an instrument and probably it's the right fit. Or is it? In a previous video, I talked about how I wanted to learn the piano for years, and I mean, like, it was the only instrument I thought I wanted to learn until I got a ukulele in my hands and surprise! Revolution. My point is, make sure you choose the instrument that you're the most passionate about. Tip number 2.
Find a piece that really motivates you.
I find that learning an instrument is like learning a language. So I learned Norwegian. Why would you do that? Because I live in Norway. I learned Norwegian by reading Harry Potter, which is a book I really truly enjoy. In the context of learning an instrument, Harry Potter would be a song you really love, and the more obsessed you are with it, the better, because then you just can't help yourself. You want to practice all the time, and that's what you need. That's what you need, because if you practice, then eventually you will become good at it. Tip number 3. What is tip number 3?
Make it easy for yourself.
Tip number 4.
Use momentum.
So on Sundays, I like to eat breakfast in front of Netflix. But the thing is, then I keep watching, and it becomes super hard to do other stuff. And at the end of the day, I have done pretty much nothing. But if, on the other hand, I start the day by having normal breakfast, I get dressed, I do chores, then I am a lot more likely to go on with stuff that needs motivation. So my tip to you is use these moments where you've just done something, you still have energy, whatever you want to do it then. But if you do make that mistake of spending all your time in front of Netflix and you find it hard to get up from the couch and do anything, despair no more, because you can create momentum. Which brings me to my next tip. So tip number 5.
Set accessible goals for yourself.
Whether they are daily or just for the next 5 minutes. And yes, 5 minutes sounds like nothing, it sounds ridiculous, but that's the point. You are more likely to commit to something if it doesn't sound unsurmountable, and 5 minutes is like, again, it's nothing. After 5 minutes, you'll either keep going, and that's great, it means you have managed to create momentum and that you are using it. Or after 5 minutes, you will just stop, but that's okay, because you will still have practiced or done whatever from 5 minutes. Which is great. And you can even commit to less if that's what it takes. When I started running before the summer, I committed for 4 minutes. And very quickly I started running more, but lately I had to go back to these 4-minute rules because that's the only thing that got me out of the house. I want to challenge you to do the same. Practice your instrument for 4 minutes for a week.
And see what happens.